Hi guys, and welcome back. So for the longest time now, this has done my head in. This little tiny door that you can't get anything through when you're trying to come in is a real pain. You can't really open this door because we've got stuff down here on the floor, which is like decorative stuff, I know, but it's really nice to have it in there. Trying to come through here, it's like a single width. It's a right pain and I really don't like it. So I need to remove all of these doors and windows, get them all gone. Now we do need doors here, one to separate from where we keep all our shoes and coats, just to keep it looking nice and tidy. And in the winter, these doors here really do add a lot of heat. If you open this door and stand in this porch area out there, it does get nice and cold. So we're going to put a standard width door, still going to have a glazed oak effect door on there, just to let some light through into what is a dark hallway. I've got camera lights on at the minute, really brightening this up, so it is a dark hallway. But we're going to lose these top panels. Ultimately, we are going to lose some glass, which is going to make it a little bit darker, but the benefits are way going to outweigh the negatives on this. So yeah, this all needs to come out. We're going to build a dwarf wall up here, dwarf wall across the top. The coving on this side is going to be changed, but inside the coving staying. So we're going to build the wall towards that side. And then what I'm going to be doing once this is all done and finished is we're going to be refitting out inside this porch area here. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed, because you're not going to want to miss that. We're going to make some really nice units and some shoe storage and all sorts going on there. So anyway, let's stop waffling on about this. Sorry about the road noise outside. We've got road cleaners outside. But yeah, I'm going to get all of this ripped out and then we can start putting it all back together. Let's do this. Okay guys, so here you can see I'm removing the glass at the top here. Now I did want to try and keep this in as bigger pieces as possible, but it did break unfortunately, but not too bad. It was in pretty big chunks. Basically I just didn't want to get glass all over the floor, just because a little one walking around and that, you know, she's got a habit of walking around barefoot and you're never going to get all of that glass up. So yeah, nice big chunks. Luckily it did come apart all right. Now we can start by getting the old doors off, and if anyone's taking off seriously old doors like this, you know it's a pain in the bum, because they use flathead screws and get a load of paint in there. So we got it out in the end, so it wasn't too bad, and I just dumped them on the driveway like you normally would. Okay, so now we're on to getting the frame out. So a couple of cuts here, try and take it out in small sections. It's always easier rather than trying to get the whole frame out in one go. In this case, I probably wouldn't have been able to get that all out in one go anyway, because as you can see here, it's actually plastered in, and yeah, you're never going to get that out. These jams were seriously in there. I've actually removed about 3 minutes of video just trying to get these out. Okay guys, so that's everything ripped out now. Now we're ready to start actually putting everything back together. Now I don't think I told you guys earlier, but we're going to go with a 762 glazed door in there. I know I mentioned glazed door, which is going to open back against this wall here, just purely because I've got a doorway here and this is the most sensible way to get it out of the way. Opening back this way completely defeats the object. So yeah, we're going to open our door back onto this way here, because there shouldn't be anything in this corner at all, so it'll keep it nice and out of the way and allow us access in when we go through. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to get my head plate and my wall plate down there. You will see me put a base plate right the way through, but that will be cut out afterwards. It's just easier to do it that way. So yeah, let's start by getting some plates on. Okay guys, so here we go. We're on with our header plate first, and luckily we've got timber up there, so we've got something to fix to. And then here you can see that I'm just using a bit of old T&G that I had knocking around just as a packing piece, just to bring everything out nice and flush with our plaster, just because I didn't want our new jam to sit inside the plasterwork. And here we go, we're getting our bottom plate on here. Now I know I said in the video that I was going to get a full length plate through and then cut it out afterwards, but I just changed my mind later on. So measuring up here for our studs going up, and then we can start getting them on in place. So we have got them glued and nailed into the blockwork, so they're never going to go anywhere. Checking everything's nice and level as you do, and there we go, in with a few nails into the blockwork. Now we can start getting our door header in. Now using a 6 foot level here was probably a bit overkill, but you know, use what I had to hand. Being lazy and didn't want to go to the van basically. There we go, our header going on now, and of course I put a nail straight into a knot, and that was a right dip to try and get that nail out.
There we go, on with our centre one here, just for a bit of support for the plaster wall, really.
Okay guys, so that's the framework all done there. Now you might be able to notice that I've doubled up the framework on this. Initially I was going to go with a bit of a 63 single bit of CLS for the wall, but I decided that I wanted it to look a bit chunkier, and I'm not going to have to make good of the bit of wall down here if I do that, and the same on this side here. So overall, doubling up that framework is just going to save me a lot of work in the long run, and I think it'll look a little bit better. So now we've got our framework done, we're going to start with getting our plasterboard on, and then we can look at getting our door lining in. So yeah, we're making good progress.
Okay, and here we go on with our boarding here, and as the old advert said, one sheet really did do plenty. It was 1.5 sheets just to board this whole thing, so we're not going to go in with any insulation here because we're not worried about noise. It's not an external wall, so we're not going to need to worry about condensation or anything, and it doesn't get cold enough in that porch to warrant insulation in there. So yeah, plenty of screws in here just to make sure nothing moves. And then there you go, that's the other half a sheet. That first sheet actually did both sides of the bottom piece and the top of the other side, if that makes any sense whatsoever. There we go, we can cut out our excess and we are boarded. We are all done. And it's time to start prepping to make good here. So we're going to put a bit of scrim tape on here. I'm going with an easy filler on this. Customer's house, I probably would have got it plastered, but you know, it's fine for what I'm doing. But the irony of all of this, in the time that I'm editing this, I've actually taught myself how to plaster. So I probably would have plastered it because it would have been quicker and easier. But at the time, yeah, this is what I had available to me without paying a plasterer to come and do it.
Okay guys, so as you just saw, I've got some filler on there. That's only the first fill. That's all going to need rubbing down and redoing, but obviously it's not dry yet. So we're going to start putting the door lining in, and I don't know what I've done, but I've well overcompensated for the gap that I needed down the side of this door. Not a problem because the architrave is going to cut it, but normally I'd have half that gap on there. So regardless, we're going to start hanging the putting the door lining in. Now normally I would start with the hanging side and get that all leveled up, but because I want to keep this door as much that way as possible and I've made the gap too big, I've kind of forced myself to have to start with that side. So schoolboy error. I've cut up some little packing shims here, quite a few. They're on the floor down here, you can't see. So yeah, we're gonna level off the closing side first, which is not the way that I generally like to do it, but hey ho. And then get the door in. So let's crack on with that.
Okay, so here you can see I'm just getting a couple of screws in just to prep myself, make it a little bit easier for when I actually come to level everything up here. Using my big square just to make sure everything's nice and square on that head. I already know that wall's pretty good. You can see I've had to put a little bit of packing in the bottom, but not too bad because I took the time to put that packing in earlier and got that nice and level. So yeah, pretty good there. Like I said, a little shim in here or there, but nothing too serious on this. Now, as for the other side, because of my boo-boo earlier on, you can see that I've got a massive amount of packing in there. I think it was saying like 30 odd mil, somewhere around there. But you can see here, I've got a little brace on the bottom of the door lining, just try and make sure that everything's nice and lined up. I haven't actually done a video on how to install a door lining, so if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments and I can definitely do a video on that for you guys. But there you go, we're all braced up. Now we can just start hanging the door, and I'm using my homemade little hinge jig here just to get everything in, and then a nice little trend corner chisel here just to take them corners out. Okay, and then that's it. That's getting this door up. So quite a heavy door, but I can just sort of rock it to one side to get that top hinge in and then get the bottom one in. So we should be able to just push the door shut and test it. There we go, look at that, beautiful. Right, so on to getting the latch on here. So I didn't record the whole thing. I forgot to press record actually on just chopping the faceplate in. But basically we're just drilling a 25mm hole here and a 16mm hole on the sides that you can see there. And then we screw our plate on, knife around it, and then chop it down. There we go. See, I missed the bit where I chopped out the excess. But there we go. We're on with our door stops now, so we're really flying.
There we have it, guys. That's as far as I'm going to go for now. I'm well happy with how that's come out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did I make the right choice here? I think I did. I'm really happy with how that door's gone in. It's a good sign that you fitted your door line in properly when you don't need to shoot your door in. So we've done something right there. Obviously, we're nowhere near finished yet. I still need to do plenty of filling, sanding. I need to do the architraves, everything. But I'm going to call it at that for now because I'm going to crack on off camera just so I can get this done, because obviously the filming takes a little bit longer and all the rest of it. But subscribe if you're not subscribed, because we are going to be jumping into there in next couple of videos maybe, and we're going to be fitting that out in there with some nice units and shoe storage and bits and pieces. Obviously I need to decorate before that, but I'll get that all done off camera because let's be honest, I don't want to do it. You guys don't want to watch me doing it. So I'll do all of that. And then, yeah, we'll get that video. I want to say a massive thank you to my YouTube members. They're the guys that you can see listed down here. But yeah, I'm going to call it there, guys. If you got anything from this video at all, hit that like. If you want to become a YouTube member, there's a little join button just down here. If you hit that, and you'll become a YouTube member and you'll get exclusive content on there. But the normal content stays the same, so don't worry if you don't want to become a member. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hit that like button for me, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.